Let's talk about this. You got some good things here, and you make these things very well. We've got some spaghetti, we've got some tacos, we got some cornbread. Yes, that's right. Some cornbread, some greens. And normally people, when they hear this and think this is definitely some stuff I would have to give up. But I want you to talk a little bit about this, and maybe we could start off with the tacos. We actually have a slide about that, and maybe you can kind of walk through this. What did you actually, let me make sure everyone can see this here.
Yeah.
You can see these tacos. These are really some good tacos, as you can see here. And so why don't you say a little bit about these tacos here?
Okay. So the tacos really are totally different than the way I used to make a taco. Totally different, starting with the shell. So the shell is a blue corn shell, and it's really just a stone ground blue corn. And you can find them in a lot of places. Most of our local grocery stores have them. And so if you're into a hard shell taco, that's the way you want to go, because number one, the key to it is it's stone ground. There's no preservatives in it, and it's the way they prepare it is with a fresh, good oil. And so it's just really prepared and baked. So it's really a good one versus the older ones that did have the preservatives. These will crack up faster. You find them, you get them home and they'll be already kind of broken up in the box because they're just that fresh. And I noticed that. And these are thinner. They're not as thick as the old. I don't even
the more traditional,
go into the name brands of them, but total different texture.
Now let's build on that. Let me pull up this slide here about the tacos, and so let's look at the unclean and clean side here. So we see some unclean things here. I want you to say a little bit about that versus the clean things we see here.
Yes, absolutely. So the ground turkey that is used in the tacos is, as you can see on the screen, the ground turkey is an antibiotic-free turkey. It doesn't have the MSG, the preservatives, the seasonings that and even the coloring. I don't see that mentioned there, but they add food color to a lot of meat to make it look pretty in the on the meat counter. And that's totally not good for you. It's poison to your body is what it really is. And so the cheese that's on the taco is definitely made from grass-fed cows versus the older unclean cheese, which had a lot of preservatives. And I think we talked about that stuff that makes it swell up. I forgot the word that was used earlier, but it's something that's not good for you. It has sugar in it, high sodium, a lot of salt in it. So the difference in this cheese is it's cleaner. And then the salt that's used to season the meat, and I can talk to you about in just about everything that's been prepared for today is I was a firm believer in Lowry's. Firm, I didn't cook anything without Lowry's. But when like I said, would go to the grocery store and look at the labels, you'd be read your labels when you get into the grocery store. Read your labels, because I was surprised to find out what was in Lowry's. First of all, sugar. Started off sugar. So that converted me to look for a salt, because I do like salt adds flavor. Gotta have salt. So I learned to go either to a Himalayan salt, the pink Himalayan salt, or I'll just use a good sea salt. And you really can get good flavor by just using salt and pepper. And then, of course, the onions and the herbs and the fresh vegetables. But in this taco, it's basically just salt, pepper. There's cumin. I think it's called cumin. that gives you that flavor that you typically would find in a taco seasoning that's in the packet that's full of preservatives.
Thank you for watching You Are a CEO on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel to receive notifications, and for complete episodes, download our You Are a CEO app.